Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel. Whether you're new or coming back, today I'm gonna be doing a reading that would be dedicated to Divine Masculine Collective. We'll take a look at what's going on with DMs in their karmic life, how are they feeling towards the DF, and what action are they taking in the context of connection at this time. At the end, I will pull some messages from masculines to feminines. And of course, we will start with an oracle card. I'm using Moonology deck today again, and I'll actually pull a card for the feminines and for the masculines because I know there are a lot of cross watchers on the feminine side. And then after that, we'll do a deeper dive into what's happening with divine masculines at this time. All right, please remember this is a general reading, so take only what resonates for you and leave what doesn't. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. It helps me circulate it with more people. Also, right now I have a sweepstake going on, sweepstake entry, where if you're subscribed to my channel and you leave at least 5 comments under my videos up till October 31st, you will be entered into a chance to get a free personal reading with me. I will announce the winners this weekend. Alrighty, what else? Yeah, I'm wearing my Yankees shirt. Don't really usually do that. Yankees isn't even my team number 1, I'll be honest. This is like a big news. For those who know that I'm a New Yorker, but my team number 1 is actually not from New York at all. But right now, if any of you know, there's a World Series going on, just like the most prestigious tournament in the Major League Baseball. And Yankees actually made it there, so I decided to show them some support. They haven't been very successful in the games yet. I mean, I'm not saying it's easy, obviously. At this level, it's like, whoa, like the stakes are so high, the tension is high, everything. But they're now down to 0. Like, they've played 2 games and Yankees have lost both. Today they're playing in New York, and I decided, why not? I'll dedicate my look to New York Yankees for tonight, and maybe there'll be a little bit of good luck for them, because they're playing LA Dodgers, and between those teams, I'm definitely cheering for Yankees big time. All right, enough with my free time hobbies. And let's go with the reading. By the way, I continue uploading November horoscopes on my other channel, Mindful Bamboo. So if you're interested in those, please, there is of course a handle in the description box. It's a featured channel. It's very easy to find. I've posted 4 signs so far, and my plan is of course to continue going with this streak and posting a couple of signs every day, and then hopefully by Friday I'll post all of them, because I also have some plans where I'm not gonna be home, so you'll actually most likely see a different setup, like the background and setup next week in my readings, because I'm gonna be spending time at my friend's place in Manhattan, so it will be a completely different thing. I intend not to bring my lighting and like any of my stuff with me, just the decks, so it will limit me somewhat, but it has a lot of light, so I'll just make sure that I'm recording my videos during the daytime when there's a lot of light around. And there is a good chance you may actually catch some cats in the frame. So divine feminines, your card is full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Leo is a very interesting energy, right? It's a lot about being seen. It's a lot about I need my audience to cheer me on, but it can be in a good way, because you can be an inspiration to others, right? And there is this courage, hence the Leo energy, to step out in the public and show up, show who you are, what you stand for, right? But of course, you can get starstruck, you can get into that space where you may feel somewhat entitled, especially if the audience responds, right? It's like this fame fever, so to speak. So be careful with not taking on too much on yourself, or remembering that there's still the divine power that's in the works. So no matter what your activity or services for other people are, there's divine energy at play at the same time that we have no control of. And it's important to remember that with certain level of humility when we approach whatever it is we're doing. For masculines, we see third quarter moon. Adjustments are required. Yeah, so Divine Masculine has been actually getting some messages about fine-tuning, about finding the rhythm, this kind of things. So to me, this is additional kind of check mark onto, rather than just pushing through to keep going. And, you know, sometimes, especially, let's imagine, and I think we had that image in one of the readings for the DMs very recently. It was about climbing the mountain. So imagine you're climbing a steep mountain and like it feels like, okay, and you're tired already. Like, I just need to keep pushing. I need to keep pushing until I get up, up to the peak, and then I can have rest. In real life, it's not always a good idea. So of course, use a discernment. Situations could vary, but overall, I would say it's not like, and obviously, like, these messages that we've been getting the last couple of days are actually about taking a pause and readjusting your gears, resting, changing the tools that you use, right? Changes resources, maybe replenishing resources before you continue, things like that, because you don't want to burn yourself out completely, right? There's a good chance, even if you make it to the top, to whatever your goal is, right, then it's gonna be really hard to enjoy the results. Not to mention that, of course, whenever we neglect our own health and well-being, there's a price that we pay for it. So for the karmic life, and there we go, Three of Swords. But I like the Three of Swords in this deck actually because it does have a big part of that card is about healing. The Moon and Four of Cups. All right, we have new moon this Friday. It's gonna be new moon in Scorpio. Happy birthday, Scorpios, it's your season. For the way that they feel about the feminine, so we have the Hermit, Six of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. And then the action that they're taking, we see Knight of Pentacles, Death. Very Scorpionic energy today. And the World. Look at all this major arcanas. This is amazing. 4 out of 9. That's a lot. And finishing up with the Sun at the bottom of the deck. So there is this energy of excitement and wanting to share something important with the feminine and with the world. That's where DMs are at energetically, right? There is certain healing that they've encountered. There is certain breakthrough that they've had spiritually, in terms of the mindset, right? And they're excited. You know, like when you get that breakthrough revelation, you're like, oh, okay, now I think I have everything I need to get my dream to come true, or to be together with the person I love, like this kind of stuff. But of course, when you start thinking about the logistics and what actually is to happen in 3D, it may not be as immediate and as kind of like, yeah, tomorrow I'm going there and doing the thing, whatever that is. So in terms of the karmic unfoldings, what's happening in the karmic life for the masculines, I apologize for the noise, guys. It's outside and my window is open. I don't think I can do anything with it, so apologize. So yeah, what we have here is basically acknowledgement of a denial around some issue, some feelings, denial around some feelings, and some certain information that the masculines had received intuitively a while back, but they refused to agree to that. They refused to believe it, right? And now this point comes when they realized that it was true all along. They didn't dream it. They didn't imagine it. It was there. And I mean, it is true. And of course, there's a thought, if I had been more attentive to it, if I had been following this guidance, I would have been in a much better place right now. Or I would have avoided, whatever that heartbreak situation has been, right? I could have avoided this crash, like the, you know, like, or the car accident kind of idea. There's a lot of emotion that's coming out at this time because of that realization. And I mean, of course, it's good, better out than in, and you need to feel it to heal it. And there is a healing that's occurring, but it's going to take a minute for the masculines because, first of all, there is an immediate reaction that's, you know, that includes guilt and shame, that includes blaming themselves or, you know, someone else for talking them into doing something different than what they believed. So they need a little bit of time to reconcile that energy, to have that acceptance, to express the forgiveness. And for divine masculines watching, this is the secret sauce: forgiveness to self and to others, no matter which role they played, whether it was the person who actually broke your heart or a friend who gave you advice that didn't help at all, right? You need that closure. You need to come back to balance and peace. Of course, it doesn't mean that whatever they did was okay, or that, you know, you're supposed to just forget about it and pretend like it never happened. It's not about that, but it's about finding that compassion, right? And being able to close that leaf of the story and be able to start fresh. Understanding that that's essentially a burden that you don't want to be carrying with you. If anything, it's for you to learn, right? And maybe next time you will trust yourself more, or you will know the signs to look out for to avoid being burned so badly by someone who doesn't have sincere intentions in mind. Let me see what we have with the feelings. I don't know, that sound is quite annoying. Just give me a second. I'll close the window. I think it's gonna help. Alright, I'm back. That was just a leaf blower. But yeah, it was annoying, so I'm glad that I closed the window. So, in terms of feelings towards divine feminine, I love that in the middle we have, like in the center, we have the Six of Pentacles card. Because this is the card of reciprocity. This is the card where what I'm sensing right now is masculines are recognizing how much feminines have done for them. How much change, positive change they've brought to their life. Whether consciously or without their knowledge, just by being in their energy, just by, from masculines, witnessing the way that the feminine functions in the world, what they believe in, how they make decisions, what kind of energy they create around them. So on the one hand, there is a certain fascination with the feminine, right? And the Queen of Pentacles is that card of wife, mother, like the head of the household kind of vibe in the head, but it's like a housewife, but I know that again it's gonna have some kind of connotation, additional connotation that I'm not thinking about. But you know, somebody who is creating comfort in home, creates home really, and takes care of home, right? Like all of this, they see the feminine as the person for all of these things. And of course, take gender how it resonates. It doesn't have to be female in gender. We're talking about energies here. At the same time, there is a push to go within, and because there's still some feeling of not being worthy, not being good enough. Almost like being afraid to spoil what the feminine has got going on. Kind of like, okay, I'm still hurting, I've still got so much chaos in my life, you know, I'm not sure that not only it's not going to be a valuable addition to their reality, but I might actually spoil where they are. So there is, like, what it's causing is for the masculines to go within, using, for some of them, depends on how close, of course, they are to the feminines. For some masculines, it's actually following the footsteps of the feminine in their path. For others, it's trying to find their own way, to find the answers, to find peace, and to find that wisdom for themselves. And like, what have they been missing all this time? And how do they want to make adjustments? And finally, for the action that the masculines are taking, Knight of Pentacles, Death, and the World. Yeah, so both of these cards are actually about ending. They are both about major transformation. It's about going from one state to another, one place to another, right? It can be quite literally that masculines could be relocated somewhere, of course, or starting a new job. But it can also be that there is the action that they are taking is towards bettering their reality. This is all about the material existence, the Knight of Pentacles, right? And they know that it may not seem too big to, you know, the untrained eye, but they're making quality changes in how they spend their money, how they spend their time, you know, what kind of priorities they have, how balanced is their lifestyle. Because they understand that once they actually get together with the feminine, it's like, you know, their life is gonna be exposed completely. And there are certain things that they aren't comfortable with, that they are bringing changes to in their material space, in their 3D reality. These two are major arcanas, by the way, so it means that with these ones, it's not necessarily that the masculines are making this choice, but the universe is pushing them towards making changes with their mindset and also in their reality, whatever that is, because there are certain things that are bigger than just changing your attitude, right? If there is a job where you're struggling, you're suffering, or you're overworking yourself, then you can't just change your attitude about it, because there's a good chance that, you know, there are expectations from other people towards you that aren't going to change anyway, right? So this is necessary. Relocation might be connected with certain opportunities, maybe even getting away from people who are pulling on DM's energy, who are taking too much of their resources or time, or just influencing the way that they think and the decisions that they make, right? So relocation will actually give them more freedom to establish themselves and really to reinvent their identity. Okay, last but not least, let's get messages from masculines to feminines. What would masculines like to share at this time? These are about karmic past, but just as well, we know that masculines are going through a lot of karmic trials and tribulations, so we might as well hear what they have to say about that path. Got one. Anything else? Not very talkative today. Okay, got two more. You're the first person that has shown me what real life love feels like. You make me extremely happy. I feel like that's that sun energy all showing up. And I made the wrong choice. Yeah, that's that heartbreak that I was talking about at the beginning. Okay, well, I hope this was useful to you guys. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And until next time.